It's 10 o'clock. It's time to rock and roll. Good morning, champions. Welcome to our webinar. My name is Brett Pretorius, and the hats I'm wearing today are basically the technical coordinator for the YinYang Of Sales for Vinesh and Stephen, and the timekeeper for this webinar. I'd just like to say well done for being here. You have our respect, really, and admiration for stepping up and just looking at opportunities to improve your mind and your skills in this time when we all basically essentially obliged to keep our distance from each other, right? But you know what? This time is going to be over. And when that bell rings, there will be people who have taken advantage of this time and those who didn't. And you are the special people who did take advantage of this. So please give yourself a big pat on the shoulder right now. Do it. Even if nobody can watch, can see you do it. Say, well done. I am special. Thank you very much. Welcome again. And today we are going to do an online presentation, which is always an interesting one. And I'd just like to quickly run through some guidelines and a little bit of Zoom etiquette for those of you who might be new to this platform. Please keep your chat window open at all times. If you haven't found your chat window, just look in the toolbar, the floating toolbar. You'll see it says chat, open that window and just leave it open because we will be communicating with you and asking you to communicate with us as the webinar goes along. Can I just see, can everybody just type a number 1 in that chat window for me quickly just to see if you're with us? Brian, thank you very much. Thanks, Werner, Kameen, Lisa, thank you, Roxanne. Just type a 1, everybody, quickly. Good, good, good. I just want to make sure everybody is awake and ready for the awesomeness that is about to come our way. Thank you very much. Okay, we put your mics on mute as you enter the room. If you'd like to ask a question, please look at the bottom of the participants window, and you'll see some menus there that allow. One of them allows you to put your hand up. You can put your hand up, and our hosts, our presenters, our trainers will give you an opportunity. You can just press your space bar, unmute yourself, and you can participate in our webinar. Ideally, you'd want to put your video on at the same time so we can see who you are, but we like to keep that off just to save on the bandwidth, all right? If you're having any issues with your system, I'll do the best I can to help you. Please type a private message into the chat box at the bottom. You'll see there's a drop-down menu for everybody that's on the call. Just select the Brett Pretorius, that is me, and we'll chat privately. I'll try and help you as much as I can there. Awesome. So while we are introducing the awesome sales duo, please type a message in the chat window right now. They would like to know what is your biggest struggle in your sales career. If there was one issue in your sales career that if somebody could help you to resolve that issue, then you will fly. You will become the champion that you deserve to be. So please take a minute and type into that chat box, what is your biggest struggle in sales? And they will have a look at that, and you will leave this webinar having some answers as to how you can overcome that issue as well. Okay, good. So let us begin. Today, our time is limited. I know we've got 90 minutes, but they've got so much to say, and you are going to be hearing from 2 extremely passionate people about their career and about helping other people to be successful as well. Very good friends of mine right now. They've helped me tremendously, so I promise you, you're in for a really good time. The first person I'd like to introduce you to today in the sales duo is somebody that is respected as a trainer and a coach with some of the biggest companies in the country across many industries. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Vinesh Maharaj. Let's see if we can help Vinesh. Vinesh, I'm trying to unmute you here, my brother.
Whoa! Greetings, everybody. Welcome.
There we go. Welcome. Glad you.
Congratulations, you showed up, man. That's the first step in the success program. Step up, show up. So you've arrived here, and we've got an exciting, dynamic lineup presentation that we keep tweaking. You will not believe me, but we were tweaking this presentation only 30 minutes ago because we're fully committed to giving you so much insane value. And after this, we'll debrief and we'll continue to grow and develop so that when you get in front of us and we get in front of you, boom, you get the best of the best and your life changes. So congratulations and welcome for showing up. Stephen and I are the YinYang Of Sales. We met just 3-ish years ago, just maybe more than 3 years ago. We caught on like a house on fire. He was operating in sales on a relationship selling model. I was training sales in a direct selling model in different industries. And what we did is we said, there's a big problem in sales training because sales 101 is sales 101. You can learn that on YouTube. You can go to Google. You can buy a book. You can learn sales 101. But until you can recover, improve, and grow your inner game, your thoughts, words, belief, self-esteem, sales confidence, the best training in the world would fail you. So you could be a sniper on the Navy SEALs team, but because you struggle with the psychology, the beliefs, and the being, you're never gonna hit target. So I know everybody on this call wants to make more money in 2020. You want to sell even in this environment, whether it continues or whether it stops. We all have to go and hustle and grind to get our share of the market. So let me brag a little bit. You know, Stephen keeps saying both of us are Leos and we don't do humble, we do braggadocious. So on the braggadocious, some of our clients include Discovery, Remax, Investec, Pam Golding, Absa Bank, First National Bank, because we bring a fresh, dynamic approach to sales, and we've got a proven, tried and tested methodology that we're going to take you through as an overview. Enough about the YinYang Of Sales. I want to move on to the man of the hour, a dynamic friend. I call him Mr. White Magic. Wow, Mr. White Magic. Stephen and I, I'm trying to get my land back. You know, one sugarcane field at a time, trying to get my land back. And you know, he partnered with me because he's looking for some BEE status. Right now,
Correct.
I think I'm winning, man. I'm winning. Listen, so Stephen is a dynamic guy. He's a human behavior specialist. He's a published author of 5 books. I've only got one, man. Only one. My Bantu education's failing me. So I'm trying to coattail with Stephen so I can get to the top of the ladder. So published author, human behavior specialist, a man who's got a next level think, a relationship guru. He's a John DeMartini accredited facilitator, trainer in business development. He's also a NLP master practitioner. And today he's going to take you through the inner game presentation because, man, he will tell you everything that you manifest on the outside starts on the inside. Everything you manifest on the outside starts on the inside. So for the next 40, 50 minutes or so, I'm going to ask you, sit up straight, pull out a writing pad, bring up a pen, steal from this man and change your life. Today's webinar is about giving, giving, giving. If you don't take, it's on you, man. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming a man who changed my life, a great friend, a man committed to integrity. What he says he does, he over-delivers. Today he's going to do that just for you. A gift from us. Please welcome Mr. Stephen Van Basten. Woo!
Hey man. Thank you, Vinesh. That's awesome. Appreciate it. It's been a wonderful journey with you as well, and we love taking as many people on this journey as we can. So won't you all please just confirm you can hear me by putting a 9 into the chat box and just confirming that. Very good. Thank you. All right. So listen, first things first, we're in a strange environment, right? Who would ever have known that this virus would pop over the seas and create such havoc? I don't think any company on planet Earth in their SWOT analysis had this pandemic that would close businesses for, listen, up to 3 months. And the issue here is, how do we survive lockdown? How do we survive this strange period? How do we actually not only firstly survive, but flourish in this strange environment we find ourselves in? And there are a couple of things I want to share with you from an inner game perspective. And the first is leadership. Ladies and gents, you need to be leading from the front right now. You need to be you need to be taking a stance and just being cool, calm, and collected. Be very clear on who you are, where you're going, where you stand, and what you stand for, and so that in 6 months' time, let's call it 6 months' time or 3 months' time, when this is all over, and we're prospecting again, and we're getting back to people again, and people have got their budgets open, and people are back at work. They need to remember us as the people who showed the great leadership, the people who stood out from the rest, and just said, how am I going to take control of my life? I'm going to take advantage of this situation. My good friend, Dr. DeMartini, will always tell you, there's never a situation that's 100% negative or 100% positive. In fact, it's in two places at once, balancing itself out. So yes, we know all the negatives about the situation we're in. I will give you that. However, if we could take the time quickly just to go, okay, so what are the benefits? What's helped me? What am I getting out of this? There's so many benefits that I've found. I mean, people go, how are you managing lockdown? I'm loving it, man. It's my wife and I have been together for 2 weeks now. She works harder than I do. I make her lunch and I make her coffee, and she waves at me, and it's really a beautiful time. I look out at the streets. It's calm and quiet. I feel safer. There are less people drunk on the roads. There are less people stabbing each other. There are less hijackings. So it really is a very interesting time. It's also been a time where Vinesh and I have taken time out to work on our business, because we're so busy working in it, we forget to come out of it every now and again and work on it. So we've actually become obviously more webinar based, more Zoom based, and of course this is one of the gifts we give to you, and it's obvious. It's not. It should be obvious. You need to have changed from a face-to-face methodology to a Zoom methodology, or Skype, or whatever platform you choose. And essentially, it's still face-to-face. It's just via video conferencing now. So that's the first key we have to give you. And some of you, I hope, will have downloaded Zoom for the first time ever, will be experiencing this kind of event for the first time ever, and just use it to as a springboard for moving on. Right, so here we go. There's another very interesting thought. We believe in duality. We believe in yin and yang. We believe in male and female, positive and negative, that there's always balance. Well, here's the good news. You know, the last, let's call it 2 months, has been devastating to economies and people. Okay, there has to be an upswing. Whenever you're in a valley, all you have to do is look up, because in future, you will reach the peaks again. It's a given. It's natural law. You cannot get away from it. So if the bad is this bad, can you imagine the good? And I'd like you to think about 1 year. So I can almost guarantee you, if on one condition, if you make it through the 3-month downturn, the 4-month downturn, I promise you that when you look at a year from 2 months back to 10 months ahead, you'll probably have a normal year, because the rush will come. When we get back to work, we need to be set up so beautifully that people are banging on our doors to get our product. Okay, so we're in a drought now, we're in a famine now. That happens. Don't worry, but just know that every famine is followed by a feast. You cannot have feast without famine. It's not possible. And I like to remind you, you don't sow and reap in the same season. You sow the seeds, and then you water them and nurture them and fertilize them and chase the birds away from them. But later on, you start to see the sprouts coming out, and then even after that, you start to see that you can now reap what you have sown. It's a natural law. So please, just if you take one thing from today, just understand and know that you are going to get get through this. Brett, I need to share my screen, please. So screen sharing for Stephen van Basten, please, Brett. All right. So as we go on, I want
Stephen,
to
just go ahead and sorry, Stephen, just go ahead and share your screen. That's fine, no problem.
Very good. I just get a thing say, Brett, I get a message saying host disabled participant screen sharing. That's why I'm asking you, my bud. Help me out here, please. Good sir. So as Brett sorts that out, I'd like you to look at the past year. Let's just start by looking at the past year, and what did you earn? All right, so one of the things that we seriously want to work with is at least doubling your income during this period. So so right. What did you earn last year?
Apologies, I'm just looking. This is now not the same as it was last time.
Yes, indeed. And Brett, okay, I can hear you.
Sorry, I see. very
Yeah.
quickly. Vinesh, can you do that for Stephen, please? I see I'm the co-host, not the host. Sorry, guys. Somebody
Very
got
good.
into the room before the other one.
Very good.
Vinesh?
Very good. No problem. All right, can you sort that out behind the scenes? So, ladies and gents, I'm just going to go ahead as we sort out a little gremlin. All right, that looks like it's coming right now.
Vinesh, are you
So,
there, brother?
Brett, can you call him on his phone rather than talk here? Right.
Okay.
Can we go back?
Stephen, I do apologize. We are just because I see I'm the co-host here.
Can you phone Vinesh on his phone and not talk here while
I'm going to try and reclaim host. There we go. And then
Right.
Stephen Van Basten, I can make you a co-host. Yes, and off you go. Sorry about that, guys. We will edit that out of the video. Can you share now, Stephen?
Yes, thank you. All right, fantastic.
Awesomeness.
Right, we're back online. So I'd like you to go back
Stephen,
1 year.
We can't hear you.
All right, let me see. Can you hear me now? 1 1 1 1 1.
I don't know if it's on my side. If anybody can hear Stephen, please type a 1. All right, then it's on my side. Sorry, guys.
Right, fantastic. Hey, listen, sometimes we have obstacles. Third time lucky. Will you go back 1 year? What was your income? And for the next year, let's double that. Okay, so let's make an agreement between all of us right now that we will double our income within the next year. And let's get through this. Remember, you're probably working from a fear-based factor about money and economy because we work in 1 month cycles. What we need to do is just expand our consciousness, expand our minds to a 1 year cycle rather than a 1 month. I know you normally get salaries in monthly cycles and you pay bills in monthly cycles. So we're locked into this monthly issue. What we need to just do right now is lock into an annual cycle and realize that over a year, we're probably going to be 100% fine. All right, so next year, we're going to double that. Now, part of that comes from self-esteem. T. Harv Eker said, you can never earn more than your self-esteem, your self-worth, your self-belief. And I love this slide. It's just, can you visualize your very own self-esteem and your very own belief in yourself as right on high. My self-evaluation, fantastic. Believing in yourself is the first key to success, and that's the first key to the inner game. Oh, gosh. Vinesh, are you able to take over for a second? We're having Gremlins Deluxe today. I need to sort out my
No worries. You sort that out. So folks, just to reiterate where Stephen left off, you were saying self-esteem, because self-esteem builds on all levels of skill. So what happens when you have low self-esteem? You can't pick up the phone to call for a meeting. You can't pitch to the girl and say, hey, baby, you want to go out for drinks tonight? Because you have such a low sense of self-esteem, because you don't think that you're worthy. And our well-meaning parents, our schools, our teachers, our society, with a good intention, has lowered your self-esteem. I'll tell you a quick story. When you were a little kid growing up, your parents compared you to your brothers, sisters, neighbors, and everyone else. And as you continued to grow up, you started developing some hormones, and you became a young man or woman. And then soon thereafter, you fell in love romantically, like Romeo and Juliet, and that ended in tragedy. So if your identity becomes that low self-esteem, you'll take it into all areas of your life. We are all the products of our upbringing. Stephen, if you're ready.
I am, yes, thank you. So just imagine the screen says 2020. This is one of the most powerful memes you'll ever get. Why are you so optimistic about 2020? What do you think it'll bring? I think it'll bring flowers. How come? Because I'm planting flowers. And the $1 million question is, what are you planting? What are you planting? What are you seeding? What thoughts are going through your mind? If some of you have done Mind Power with Robin Banks and John Keogh, you'll know how powerful the mind is and how powerful the programming is. So, from an inner game perspective, we've all been programmed, and essentially we programmed to earn a certain amount every year. What I need to do, what we need to do, is change that self-belief. Just tweak that and start seeding and start planting different seeds to create different flowers. So, ladies and gents, success is a choice. It's a decision. It's a commitment. In fact, success is it's a massive habit, and part of what we're going to be sharing with you over the next couple of minutes, as well as on our programs that we are so excited about and have been so successful, is just how to get into the success habits of great salespeople. Right. So part of success also is the ability to adapt to an ever-changing environment, and never before in the history of the human race has it been so true. We need to adapt. We need to adapt to the situation we're in, and what we need to be doing is two things. One, getting more video presentations done, and two, just prospecting so that we can line up prospects for 3 months from now, 2 months from now. How many people are you phoning to say, listen, when this is over, can I come and see you? And in the meantime, can I get in your diary right now? So those are two things that we can do right now in this strange environment. And success is not a quick download. For those of you who are Matrix fans, you know, it's not about Morpheus, download the sales mastery program. Okay, it doesn't work like that. You can't come on a 90-minute webinar like we're doing now and come out the other end a great salesperson, going from 40% of target to 90% of target. Okay, there is no such thing. What we need to do is hard work, but very clever work and very systematic work. So, you know, I'm here to tell you that the brain is the most creative tool on earth, the human brain. It's also the greatest sales tool on earth. And what we need to do is just start to work with it in more clever ways. So, you know, there are 5 inner game beliefs relating to the brain and the belief system. And the first one is, and these are 5 inner game beliefs of the greatest salespeople, the greatest business people on earth, the most successful people on earth. And the first one is, you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe that you are amazing, that you are enough. And this is this self-belief, self-esteem. How do you build self-esteem? It's actually relatively simple. There are a couple of exercises you can do, and we would love to take you through them at some stage. Hopefully when we make you an offer later on, and ladies and gents, we're going to offer you our services later on. Please don't get annoyed. Just listen to us. Take it in and recognize that opportunity knocks at strange times. Okay, and just have a look at it. Don't get frustrated, and I implore you to get on board. There are a whole bunch of people on this webinar have been on our course already and can attest to how fantastic it is. So right now, number one, you have to believe in yourself. This is the inner game part. And how do you do that? How do you build self-confidence? Well, one is you go back and you write down, and you can do this right now, or just take the instructions, do it later. What are your 10 greatest achievements? Okay, and then you can, if you're a parent, just write down 10 things why you're a great mom or a great dad. If you're married, write down 10 things that make you a wonderful spouse. If you own a business or run a business, what makes you a great business person? What makes you a great salesperson? Just write down all of those self-affirming things. The other way is to make some goals and then achieve them. Make a small goal, achieve it, pat yourself on the back. So I'd love all of you just to do that right now. Just pat yourself on the back. 80 people registered. There are 30 of us on the call. You are in the top, the top 20% of the human race right now. You made a decision, you registered for a webinar, and you actually got online. Okay, so those are some ways that we start to build self-esteem. Deeper than that, for the more spiritual people, is how do I change my frequency? Because, ladies and gents, everything is frequency. All right, we are a bunch of atoms that are resonating, and we are frequency, and our frequency is manifesting our reality. There are 2 keys. How do I change my frequency or tweak my frequency? And how do I build my self-belief, self-esteem, self-confidence? Because those are the things that start to change the outer reality. You have to believe you are part of the greatest company in the world right now. If you can't put your hand on your heart and say, man, I work for one of the best companies on earth, please resign and find a company that you love. Find a company you believe in, because you cannot sell something you don't believe in. When you're trying to build credibility around your company and you don't believe in it, you're in trouble. You cannot do it. Your prospect will pick it up just like this. Ladies and gents, you need to believe your products and services are the greatest in the world. If you can't put your hand on your heart right now and go, my products are amazing, they help people, I'm so pleased, I'm so blessed to be selling this product. If you don't believe this, please find a product that you love. Get hold of that MD and go, I'm a great salesperson. I love your product. Please, may I share it with other people? And will you pay me a commission for doing so? Because if you don't believe in your product, Suzanne, you spoke about, creating this enthusiasm in the product that you have for you, in yourself, in other people. And part of that is just this enthusiasm around it. Some of the greatest and most persuasive people are persuasive through this enthusiasm. Some people say that sales is the transfer of enthusiasm from one person to the other. And it's very true. If you're not enthusiastic, if you don't love your company, yourself, and your products, you're in major trouble right now, and you need to start right there. There is good news. We can help you. We're going to make you an offer later. And please have a look at that. This one is one that we spend hours and hours on in our sales boot camps and our Rags to Riches ongoing support program. Okay, your USP, your unique selling proposition, how you differ from the competitors. The most successful salespeople and business people on earth are clear on this. And it's not we value for money, we quality, we friendly. What makes you unique? If you were to go to business school, and you were to go, I'm bringing this new business to the market, they would go, what's your unique selling proposition? What makes you different from the rest of the world? Otherwise, you're just selling on quotes. You're trying to be the cheapest as opposed to being the most profitable. And then lastly, you have to believe your customer is better off having purchased for you. In other words, I bless people with my product. Ladies and gents, I'm going to ask you right now, on a scale of 0 to 10, how convinced are you that you bless people with your product? Okay, and I know that a lot of you will have right now gone 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 7 out of 10. And I'm going to challenge you, because if you truly believe you bless people with your product, you wouldn't leave until you've blessed them. You wouldn't leave until they've signed the deal. But we're so nice, and we're so kind, and we're so caring that we help people make bad decisions. If you truly believe your customer is better off having purchased from you, you won't leave until they've purchased. You won't leave until you've blessed them. Ladies and gents, here's an idea. After today, will you get on the phones and phone people and offer them your blessing? Just offer. It's John here. I would love to help you. This is my product. Can I help you, please? Okay. Can you feel this inner conviction within me? I know that we help people. We've helped hundreds of salespeople see more customers, close more deals, and make more money. Just some thoughts here, as we contemplate this thought of doubling our income during this strange period. Because, ladies and gents, let me assure you, there are millionaires being made right now. Millionaires are made in depressions, not in the boom times. This is where the opportunities are. And you know what? You may think it's horrible, and I'm going to say it anyway. There are going to be people that can't afford their homes anymore. You could find a really great deal on a home, hold out for 6 months, and sell it for 25, 30, 40% more than you bought it for. There are companies now that are starting to make ventilators and masks and screens and hand sanitizer that are killing it in this strange environment. How can you change? How can you adapt? How can you solve problems in this environment? So as we contemplate these things from the inner game, I'm going to ask you what's possible. This guy should be dead. He's meditating in snow. Okay. This dude, Wim Hof, this is halfway up Everest. He did a half a marathon. He's barefoot. Ladies and gents, in your perception, in your programming, you've been programmed to believe that if this happened to you, you would die. And you know what? You're right. Okay, you would die halfway up Everest in a pair of shorts. But Wim Hof didn't. And the only difference is what's between our ears. What's in our belief system? What's in our programming? You know, my mother used to tell me, come out of the rain, come out of the rain, you're going to get sick. And I said, but Mom, why don't I get sick when I shower then? It's also just water. And then I was a bit of a challenge as a child, and I'm so pleased I was. I'm so pleased that I'm not normal, that I'm not average, because I refuse to be a doormat. I refuse just to be average. Average is for wussies, and that ain't me, and that ain't you. So if you refuse to be average, why don't you clap a 9 in the chat box, just so I know that you're with me, and just keeping you awake there. Check out these guys. Yeah, let's see those 9s coming up there, ladies and gents. I refuse to be average. I refuse to be. If you want to be average, get a job. Okay, go out and get a salary that's fixed, and live your life. That there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with average. Let's face it, most people do that. But we want more, don't you? Check out these guys. They went out for a walk in a blizzard and they are smiling. There's Wim Hof. Normally you would hit hypothermia in 10 minutes and dead in 20. This guy did this for 1 hour and 50 minutes, almost 2 hours in ice. Okay, there's Vanesh and I. That was 2 degrees. That's proper ice. And you know why we did it? Just to prove we can. We did it to prove that the shit we teach works. Okay, we did it to prove that our minds are stronger than our bodies, and that we can achieve anything. So we've walked on fire, and we've bathed in ice. What more do you want? The mind is an amazing organ. Okay, the mind is an amazing. Is it an organ? Let's not go there, right? The brain's an amazing organ, and it seems to hold the mind. The mind is powerful. Will you take control of your mind? John Kehoe, Robin Banks say the mind is a beautiful servant, but a terrible master. John DeMartini says, if you don't fill your time, your day with high value activities, it'll automatically fill up with low value activities. We just want to get you into the habit of high value activities, and not the whole day. If we said to you, all it takes is 2 hours a day, would you believe us? If we said we could show you a way that you do a couple of modules of sales training, and then you join us 2 hours a day every day, that's all you need to be successful, to become a millionaire, to get out of the rat race, to sell more, would you give us some of your time, some of your money? Will you do whatever it takes, to be successful? Okay, what's possible? These guys, they hold their breath for 22 minutes. This lady, 4 hours. I happen to think this has changed to 8 hours. The world planking record, I think, is 8 hours. This right here is a synchronicity of mind and matter, of body and soul. This is a strong body and a strong mind. You cannot do this for this long without programming your mind. Moms out there, you know very well that if your kid was stuck under a car, you would find the energy and the strength to pick that car up. Right, here we go. The inner game creates the outer reality. Ladies and gents, this is a picture of the brain. It's a huge computer, and this is a female brain. We couldn't find a small enough picture of the male brain, right? The truth is that you you remember everything you've ever heard, seen, and experienced. In your formative years, you were programmed by your parents. Then they sent you to teachers. Then you got onto chat boxes and social media and churches and religion, and you were programmed. And your programming creates a frequency. And you are ascending and receiving frequency, antenna. You are ascending and receiving, but that frequency creates you. So this is serious. You're the average of the 10 people you spend the most time with. Ladies and gents, you need to start to get rid of some of your friends and marry up. Okay. When I saw Vanesh Maharaj, I thought, I want me some of that. And he has pulled me out of certain gutters. He's pulled my mind out of certain places, and he has made a massive change in my life. Here's an example. If you want to play better golf, stop playing with your friends and play with some professionals. Play with some people who are 10 handicap lower than you. They'll show you something different. And Vanesh and I have the saying, if I could change anything in my life, I'm 56 this year. If I could change anything, I would get good coaching sooner. I started about 10 years ago with Action Coach and John DeMartini. I started at 45, 46. If I'd done that 10 years earlier, I'd be in a totally different place right now. There are people that can help you. And ladies and gents, I'm suggesting very strongly to you today that Vanesh Maharaj, Stephen van Basten, Loris, the YinYang of sales, Gunners and Lassetti, we can help you. We are sales trainers, and we can help you. Start sooner. Check here. Some of you, you need to upgrade your friends, because based on your current friends, this is what you're turning into. Right, you're the books you read, you're the series you binge watch. Your brain is a giant computer. But here is another beautiful moment. This is my second favorite meme. The first one is, what are you planting? What are you seeding? What are you programmed with? Right? What program do you need to change? This one here is very powerful. Where are you on this picture? Are you more on the left or more on the right? How much control do you have of your life, and how much do you just leave to fate and destiny? I'd like to suggest to you that most of the successful people on earth, most of the people that you revere, are more on the left of the screen. So right now, they believe that they can take more control. Can you control the virus? Well, to a degree, you can go in lockdown. If you're in lockdown and you do it properly, and you don't visit, and you don't take visitors, and you don't go to the shops just to get out because you're bored, you can take some control of that. Like and in life you can take control, and in sales you can control. What are the things we need to do in our sales environment? What can we take control of there that produces action? So right now, could I ask you, just imagine where you are on the scale, and then could you take a big jump to the left? Go 3, 4, 5, just in your mind, steps to the left. And once you put your hand on your heart, right here, it's underneath, it's in your sternum here. It's just below, a little bit to the left, not on your chest here, here in the middle. All right, put your hand on your heart and go, it's imperative that I start to take more control. It's imperative that I take control of the sales cycle. It's imperative that I take control of the sales questions. It's imperative that I ask for the order once more. It's imperative that I overcome more objectives. It's imperative that I prospect more. It's imperative that I take more control of my life. This is not an anti-religious statement. This is just taking control of your life in one hand while you've got your other hand very firmly in the hand of your maker. This isn't anti-religious. This is just working with your maker to just create more. Ladies and gents, it's powerful. Will you take more control of your life? Also, here we go. You can change your state by changing your mind. You can change your environment. Tony Robbins is huge on this. In fact, if you go to anything of Tony Robbins, it's all about the context, all about the context. It's all about the clapping, the rah-rah, getting you out of state, getting into a different state. Now, we need to do that with our prospects, and it is very, very possible, right? So early on, for those of you who arrived on time, and congratulations firstly to you for being on time. As you do, one thing is how you do everything. If you were on time today, you're probably on time every day. If you missed today, you probably miss a whole bunch of things, right? If you arrive late, you probably arrive late quite often. But if you were here in the room, you were hearing those beats and hearing that music, DJ Brett in the house, you can change your vibration just with music. So what music are you listening to? When what are you listening to the news on the way to a sales meeting, or do you get pumped up with your favorite song, dancing in the car, clapping it, and being in high spirits when you arrive there? So you can take an example. I'll give you an example. If you think of a really sad song, you can get really sad. If you hear a song that reminds you of an ex-boyfriend or an ex-girlfriend from years ago, you can get quite nostalgic. You can actually feel love again. You can feel that happiness that you felt associated with that person and that song. That's how powerful it is. Now, when you do that on purpose, you start to take control of your life. And more importantly, when you put your prospect into that state, you start to take control of your life. Now, let's just do it. People think we're a bit crazy, and we are, because we're not normal. I'm going to ask you right now, will you do whatever it takes? Won't you gooi a 9 in your chat box if you'll do whatever it takes? And then put a 5 so we know it's just different. Will you look like a fool? Will you do something strange just for a change to get out of your comfort zone and break free from the stuff that holds you back? I want to help you change your state right now, and I'm going to ask you just to join me in laughing. Okay, just for like 10 seconds, will you laugh your head off? Let's go. Right, do you feel better? Give me an 11 if you feel 11 out of 10. I promise you, if you want to change your state, all you do is laugh your head off for a while. You'll be in a different mood. If you did this in the car before you got out, now don't let the receptionist see you, because they'll think you're bossy, right? Just have a laugh and get into that sales meeting. Before you go on a webinar, have a laugh. You'll be in a totally different frame of mind. You can use pictures as well. Check here. How does this make you feel? How does this make you feel? Oh, gosh. How many of you think that's inappropriate for a sales meeting? You're absolutely right. How many of you thinking, gosh, it's been a while since I had one of those, right? And for the ladies, I thought I'd just bring you some flowers today. When you look at those, how do you feel? Ladies and gents, you can be in control of your emotions, and that is such a powerful part of sales and life in general. Here we go. I'm running out of time. Your success in life is 100% dependent on the inner game. So I'm going to ask you today, just rate yourself. How clear are you on your why? Do you know why you wake up every morning? I wake up every morning and I wonder about the meaning of life. I wonder what this is all about. I wonder why we're here on planet Earth. I wonder how to fulfill my wife's needs so well that she doesn't subcontract them out to anyone else, right? I wonder how to bring my daughter up so that when she leaves home, she's a beautiful balance of nurturing, beautiful, womanly, soft and cuddly, but also streetwise on the strange planet that we've landed on. Do you know why you're here? I am here to learn and learn and learn, to learn from the best minds on earth and share the best of what I have with everyone else. I'm here to help, and that's what I'm doing. What's it for you? Why do you wake up every morning? What's your true north? Then your vision, what's your vision? Why are you here? What's your vision statement? Where do you want to take your company? And can you recite it? If I asked you to come online right now, could you recite that, your vision statement? And do you have a personal and company one? Okay, I can. The YinYang of Sales, the first line of our vision statement is to spread the gift of sales globally. Simple. Spread the gift of sales globally. Our mission statement is, and your mission statement is how you do that. We do webinars, we do boot camps, we do rags to riches, we do telesales training. We get on online, we make videos, we get on social media. We know exactly how to do it. Okay. Are you clear on your target market, your unique selling proposition, your fundamental one? Your fundamental one is prospecting mastery. Now we've got the classic sales activities: prospecting, qualifying, presenting, adding, overcoming objections and negotiation, and then closing, and then delivering, right? The most important one is the prospecting. And this is why sales are failing. And if you don't have a big bank balance and a big funnel, it's because you're not prospecting. And we focus a lot on exactly that, just getting you on the phones and prospecting, getting you on the internet and prospecting. Because how clear are you on all of these? Your why, your vision, your mission, your target market, your USP. And I can promise you, if you got more clear on those and you could recite them just like this, verbatim, every single time, and if you did it every single day for a year, I guarantee you, your sales will change. It's impossible not to. So some of sales mastery, and we call this the ultimate sales webinar. It's very short, but I'm going to give you some thoughts here. So daily sales habits. This is our ongoing support program. We call it Rags to Riches. 45 minutes of the inner game. That's just writing out your why, your mission, your vision, your goals, your dreams, just getting clear on what's really important to you. That puts you in a frame of mind that is incredibly motivational and inspiring. Then 30 minutes of follow-up calls. Most sales are failing because salespeople only follow up once or twice or 3 times, but most sales actually happen after touch 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We give up too soon. Okay, so this program that we're on, we just play sales manager. Vinesh will say, all right, so how many follow-up calls are you going to make today? And you're going to go 5, and half an hour later he's going to say, well, how many of the 5 did you make and what happened? And then 45 minutes of prospecting. This adds up to 2 hours. Ladies and gents, this is 2 hours of sales mastery that should fill up your calendar with Zoom calls at the moment, and you need very little more. Some sales habits that are important, right? Prospect more. This is the key to everything. I promise you, if you're scared of the phone, if you're scared of phoning a complete stranger and offering to bless them with your product, there's your problem right there. We have a beautiful NLP technique that we take people through on boot camp, and just to fall in love with your phone, fall in love with phoning strangers. Do you know that 90% of the time when you phone a stranger and chat to them about your product, you actually have a very lack of phone call? Most people are very open to having a chat about something that could enhance their lives. Then do more sales calls. You need to see more people. So you need to call more people, see more people. You need to ask more power questions and answer questions coming back. You need to overcome more objections, and you need to ask for the order more often. You need to get a little bit more brazen. You need to be a little bit more assertive, a little more persuasive, a little bit more confident about your product when you are on the phone call. So there are two kinds of pitches. There's the phone pitch and then there's the sales pitch. And you need to be great at both of those. We'd love to help you. We know we can help you. We've helped a whole bunch of people. We sincerely hope you will be next. So here's the $1 million question. What do you need to destroy? What do you need to preserve? What do you need to create? When you look at this in terms of the virus right now, we're just going through a destroyer time. We just, we were in Australia over New Year and people were moaning about the fires. You know what the truth is? There are fires every year. It's natural. If you've read Bryce Courtney's book, Four Fires, you'll learn about the fires in Australia. They come in and they destroy everything and then new life comes up. They actually crack the kernels of the seeds to spoil them out so that they can get into the earth, they can be released and then grow. So in our lives, if you look at your lives, I promise you, you will see that there are times of creation, there are times of preservation, and there's times of destroying. What do you need to destroy in your life, physically, mentally, spiritually, societally? What's not working for you anymore? I have an NLP coach, and I found that some of the things I put into my mind, some of the strategies I created to keep me whole as a 9-year-old are still running, and I'm 55. I don't need them anymore. What do you need to destroy? What false beliefs around sales do you need to destroy? We've been programmed. I'll give you one thought. We've been programmed. How many of you, like me, were programmed religiously to believe it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than a rich man to go to heaven? In other words, rich people go to hell. Do you get that? If you were programmed with that, you need to relook at it. You need to reframe it, because I do not believe it's true. When the 3 wise men came to Jesus, the first gift was gold. They knew he needed money to bring that beautiful religion to planet Earth. So please, we need to destroy some of our belief systems around money and sales and what's right and wrong, because when you're caught up, when you're not free, when you're caught up, you're a prisoner. Okay, you're a prisoner of your own mind, and what you need to do is take control. You need to go, right, it's imperative that I take control of my own mind. It's imperative that I take control of my own thoughts, my own thinking, my own beliefs. I need to review what it is and then get rid of some and then create some more. So what do you need to create? We have 25 models or modules of sales training that you can do with us online. What would you create in 25 hours of sales training? And then 1 year of sales support, 2 hours a day on a Monday, just going through the basics together. What could you create if you had new gurus, new teachers? Our conundrum isn't getting the horse to the water and making it drink. Our conundrum is, you can lead a human to knowledge, but you can't make that human think. All right. So we've got so much we would love to share with you. Vinesh is going to make you an offer just now to join us on a sales bootcamp, physically in the room in June, backed up by online support and online modules. There's a wealth of information that we would love to share with you. And we know, I put my hand on my heart, and I know we can bless you with our product. So what if I told you could change the future, you could manage your state of being and your prospects, that you could double your income, that you could take it to the next level, that in fact you control your destiny? Would you take the blue pill or the red pill? Ladies and gents, this is Stephen van Basten, YinYang of Sales, handing back over to Brett.
Stephen, wow, thank you. That is what I call mind-opening and inspirational. Ladies and gentlemen, Stephen van Basten, can you please just, in the chat box, climb onto your chat box, and in 2 words or less, just tell us how do you feel about what Stephen has just presented to us now? Awesome stuff. Well done. Uitstekend. Thank you. In 2 words or less, just give us some feedback on the inspiration that you've just received. Excited. Thanks, Maureen. All right, just 2 words or less. Fantastic. Guys, just as I move on, That was Stephen van Basten. And I'll tell you what, these two guys, by the way, Stephen has promised to give away for free a fantastic gift that is going to put you on the road to success right at the end of this webinar. Just stay around. He's going to give away some extremely valuable gifts to put you on the road to success. What you're looking at now, Vinesh Maharaj, Stephen van Basten, the duo of sales, and they are the guys who walk the talk. I can tell you from personal experience that they really do what they say. And just a reminder, please type into the chat box your biggest struggle in sales, and Stephen and Vinesh will get around to answering those questions and helping you towards solving that pain and relieving that pain. You know, Vinesh actually shared something very, very valuable to me the other day. It's kind of a life-changing moment when he shared, and it was in fact on one of his Instagram posts that he does regularly. Guys, I'm going to give you the Instagram. In fact, I'll put it up there right now. If you haven't yet followed the YinYang of Sales on Instagram and Vinesh Maharaj, pain is not there to punish you. It's there to get you to take action. So if you're in pain right now, it is not there because you need to be punished. It is there for you to take the right kind of action. And with that, I'm handing you over now to somebody that is going to put us on steroids, really pull your chair closer, buckle up. This webinar is going to go into hyperdrive now, ladies and gentlemen, with Vinesh Maharaj. Vinesh, how are you doing?
Hey, thanks for that great introduction. Congratulations, Stevie. The man always over delivers. I hope you're sitting at your desk with a pen in hand and you've made notes. And you're going to continue to make notes because, you know, you hear something once, boom, it's gone. It's like a 90-minute movie. You remember the 5 minutes about the story. That's all we remember. After 90 minutes, we recall five minutes or less than 5% of what happened. So make those notes. Listen, I'm here today because I want to help you. Stephen and I have partnered to help businesses, salespeople like you, to get in front of more prospects so you can pitch and close more deals and bank a serious amount of money. Now, I want to start by telling you we live in a strange world. This planet has just gone into some form of crazy hyper overdrive. Coronavirus has got people in fear. They're shrinking backwards and they are staying home. And I'm not saying you shouldn't stay home. They're staying home and they're not doing business as usual. Yes, we can't meet face to face, but how do we overcome this threat? Because if this goes on for 12 months, many people are going to die. Not of the virus, but of poverty. So you and I are in this unique position to change and grow and turn our lives around using this coronavirus as the opportunity to really get yourself and your business to the next level. So I want to start off by telling you, number one, my dear friends, is that the coronavirus is a blessing to your business. It's forced you to redefine yourself, re-identify, realign so that you can get out and you can do more when the doors open. Now, having said that, you cannot shrink your way in fear and expect to win the World Cup of sales. You cannot shrink in fear and expect to close deals. You need to step up to fear because this fear is not real. It's just an illusion that we've succumbed to. It's like when you're a kid and you have a nightmare, you dream about the boogeyman in your room. Who's met the boogeyman? No one, because it's not real. So this fear is an illusion. And we'll help you through our bootcamp to overcome it and be great. So first and foremost, I want to tell you, number one, is that you need to get known. In sales, in 1981, Tom Hopkins wrote a book, How to Master the Art of Selling Anything. And in that book, he says, people buy from people they like and trust. And that's absolutely true. But before we like and trust, I've got to know you. Because if I don't know you, I can't buy from you. I can't support you. So right now, you're in your dining room, living room, lounge, bedroom, garage, wherever you're finding yourself. Nobody knows you exist. Operate from that premise. Nobody knows, because the 10 people who know that you exist either have bought or will buy in the near future. It's how do you expand beyond the 10 people? And in our context here in South Africa, we want to be known and to be known as an expert in your field. People buy from people they know, they like, and whom they trust. So how do you get known? Many of you would have seen a Facebook ad. Some of you would have got a MailChimp. Some of you would have seen a LinkedIn post. That's how you got here. So these are platforms. These are gifts of our generation. You know, in the days of the Wright brothers and Henry Ford, the gifts were motor vehicles and aeroplanes. It was industrial gifts. Now we have technological gifts, but you have to step up and maximize and use these so you can become deemed an expert at what you do. So whether you sell life insurance, you sell homes, you sell PABX systems, or whether you sell weight loss products, you have to get known to more people. Your old customers have got you this far. For you to get to the next level, you need some new customers to get some new dollar. So the first challenge is today, go and post on all these platforms and then keep that habit or that activity of sharing value. Share value. Give people so much quality information in bite sizes that they go, oh my gosh, this guy or girl is onto something I really like. Let me support, let me subscribe, let me inquire. But we need to get out because you can't go knocking on doors in this environment. So I'm challenging you. Number one, get onto social media, every freaking platform you can find, and connect with the world. Because if you want to bless the world with your product or service, you will go sleepless to achieve that objective. So in addition to that, I also want to challenge you and explain to you why sales are failing. It's because we have no skills. Most salespeople are trained on the job by some other salesperson, maybe the best salesperson in the company, or maybe the manager. They get trained on the job and they learn the good habits and the bad habits, and boom, that's the salesperson. Now, they're not professionally trained. They're not skilled so that they can handle any and every situation that happens in a sales environment. Just like a cardiac surgeon. You wouldn't take a university student who watched a couple of surgeries to walk into your theater where you're the victim or the patient laying on the bed, and this 25-year-old going to cut you up with zero experience, zero training. No, you're not going to allow that. So similarly, you should not allow yourself to step into the sales arena without effective, proper training. Because I promise you, the greats in any discipline in the world train, train, train. They train for success. They train to win. A simple example, Usain Bolt, fastest man in the world, runs the Olympics final once every 4 years. But for 4 years, he is practicing. If you're a boxing fan, before that title bout fight, there's jogging, kilometers, gym, sparring, bag punching, taking punches, so that they are preparing themselves for war in the ring. Are you prepared? Because today I want to share with you that sales can be easy. Sales can be easy. And I want you to write this down. Write this down, and after you've written down, give me a 10. I want a 10er. I want to be a 10er. Tell me that sales can be easy with the right tools, with the right training, and with the right success habits. Give me some 10s, people. Give me some 10s if you believe. If you don't believe, give me a 1 and I'll find you. I've got a certain set of skills. I'll find you and hunt you down. Thank you, Maureen. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Stephen, Suzanne. So remember, they train, train, train. Your favorite sports club trains all the time. I'm going to ask you, when last did you train in sales? Are you like most salespeople, whatever comes out of my mouth falls into the sales meeting? And if you are that salesperson, you need to get your thinking right. You need to get your beliefs, your words, your pitch, your elevator pitch, your telephone pitch, your unique selling proposition. These are all words. We communicate using words. You want great words. So it's really critical that we accept that we need great training to achieve great results. You'll notice that clubs that are failing, they often fire the coach. Any sports club that's failing, they fire the coach, and they get a new coach who they believe can take them to the cup of success. So number one is get known, and get known. Next, I want to tell you something else. You can double your sales. The only limitation is the you standing in your own way. If you can step out of your way, and we've got a wonderful process to get you there, stepping out of your own way, you can double your sales, and you can do it this year. You do not have to wait, because all you really want to do is take more action with the right skills. So without the skills, we have a high sense of fear and a low sense of confidence. And as Stephen said earlier, sales is a transfer of enthusiasm. It's a transfer of confidence. It's a transfer of certainty. When you know what you're doing and you're handling a prospect like a killer, you're going to close, man. You're absolutely going to close. Next, you want to take more action. Point number 2, winners take action. Winners take action. Listen, thank your parents. They took action, and that's why you are here today. Yeah? Winners take action. So if you're a parent, you took action. That's why you have some kids today. So winners take action. And what I'm asking you to do is take more action. There was a guy, Steve Jobs. He went down to the board of Apple on the back of the success of the iPad. My apologies, of the iTunes little phone device that they have. So he takes this device and he says, folks, to the board, sales. And by the way, how he got there is another story, which I'll share with you quickly. Another company that went to sleep was Sony Walkman. We all had a Walkman. If you had a Walkman, give me a 5. If you had a Sony Walkman, you're probably listening to the Bee Gees, Sting, Wham, ik weet niet wat anders. So many things that you were listening to. So what we want to do, what they did is that they fell asleep at Sony Walkman. We shouldn't fall asleep. We want you to wake up, man, wake up to the potential, wake up to the market, wake up to close. They went to sleep, and Steve Jobs saw an opportunity. The opportunity was creating the iPod. They took analog music, made it digital, gave you those white, sleek earphones, and everybody was bobbing around on trains, on buses, on planes to the sounds of an iPod. So now they're making a ton of money. What do they do next? Well, Steve goes to the board and says, I've got the next best thing. And they said, what is that, Stevie? And he says to them, I want to make a smartphone. And they go, Stefan, what are wrong with you? Haven't you heard of BlackBerry? Haven't you heard of Siemens? Haven't you heard of Nokia? Haven't you heard of Sony Ericsson? They're all dead. Why would you want to do this? And Steve Jobs said, I want to make a phone so freaking sexy. You're going to lick the buttons of the screen, baby. You're going to lick the buttons of the screen. Now, listen, I know you all lick the buttons of your screen. You do it on Instagram. You do it on Facebook. You do it as a consumer. I'm challenging you to start doing it as a producer. Be a producer, produce content, produce phone calls, produce opportunity. So here comes this great gift. And this is the point that I'm tying to number 2. Winners take action. The reason why you are where you are is because you don't take enough of the right action often enough. You don't take enough of the right action often enough. And you see the double labor on enough. So we want you to knock on more doors, because everything you've ever wanted is on the other side of this little bugger, on the other side of a door. Now, why is this such a great gift? Because right now, your prospect is stuck at home with nothing to do. He's got the wife and the kids, or she's got the husband and the kids, or granny who they, kind of like, geez, I've had enough now. I need to go back to work. The cabin fever. You're a breath of fresh air if you knew what to do with this phone, if you knew how to bless your prospects and your customers, giving them an opportunity to explore and experience the journey of sales with you. So you need to take more actions like winners. Winners take more action. And I implore you that after today, after this webinar, you get straight on the phone and you set a number of calls you're going to make today. So I would like you to commit on this chat now. Give me a number of calls you're going to make today. Is it 2, 10, 20, 50? Give me a number, make a commitment. Let us hold you accountable to it. Get on the phone, call some people, bless them because they're waiting for your call. That's a reframe compared to when is the right time to call someone. The right time is always now, because the idea has come. If I put it on my to-do list, hey man, I may or may never get to it. So make a commitment that you will take more action. How do you take more action? Number 1, just do it like Nike said. Just do it. But until you can just do it, you have to get out of your way. And that is why I'm going to make you an offer later today to help you get out of your own way, to give you a set of skills that, because when you get on the phone, what you say is so important and so dynamic, because it's the difference between yes and no. You want to be able to pitch like a pro. I'll give you an example. When you want to catch a lion, you're not going to use a cauliflower with cheesy sauce from Woolworths as bait on a hook. The lion's gonna sniff it and walk away. But if you threw a gemsbok, bloodied, a lion 5 kilometers away will go, he'll smell that thing, and then his juices and salivation happens in the mouth, and then here in the stomach, gastric juices are blending and getting excited about the prospect of taking dinner home tonight. So if you're in business, we need to take dinner home every single day. If you're in sales, a sales day with no sales, man, that's a huge risk and a huge challenge to your business. So what you say, how do you set hooks in your prospect where they go, geez, man, She sounds like she knows she's onto something. They sound like they have a product we should explore. They sound like they have a solution we need to meet about. So you need to have edge. So I'm going to give you a couple of ideas to help you have more edge. Number one, if you remember a concept called AIDA, AIDA, A for attention. Boom, grab their attention. Yeah? Because when you pitch, if you don't grab their attention that first 10, 15 seconds, they go to sleep, they let you speak, and they wait for you to hang up, or they wait for you to say, no, thank you. Now, you want to get their attention by making this big, hairy, audacious claim about what value you bring. What is the value that you can bring to their business? What is the change? What is the result, the outcome that they are looking for? The more valuable that result or outcome is, the more prone and inclined they are to meet with you. So you got to get your words tight, man. Get their attention, followed by interest. Hey, man, say something interesting, but be interested in the prospect as well, because if it's a one-way pitch, it's a monologue. And we know sales is dialogue. So get their attention, but be interested and be interesting. Yeah? And what are you doing? You're growing the desire on that conversation with them to meet. Because when you call someone cold, they're not expecting you. The timing's always going to be wrong. All right. Depends how you frame that, right? So the time is either going to be wrong or it's going to be right. In my mind, the right time is now, and it's always the right time to call. You call someone, get their attention, keep them interested. But as you're on that call, raise their desire to meet with you. How do you do that? Tell them about your past successes. Tell them about some of the big names you've worked with. Tell them about the percentage growth you've added to businesses. And you'll see me do that later in my close, as I close this call with you. So then the last one is you want them to take action. Action pays. You know, without the action, there's no close. Without the action, there's no delivery. Without action, there's no invoice. So you've got to take action, multiple steps of action in this wonderful sales process that gets you results. So after you're taking action, I also want to share with you that what you also want to do in addition is when you get face-to-face with people, because you're not just taking action on the phone, you're also getting face-to-face. When you get face-to-face, how do you deliver a compelling power questions, needs analysis to understand, diagnose the opportunity? What are the challenges this business, this person, this health, what are they struggling with? How can I add so much more value than anybody else in the marketplace that I'm the only logical choice? Now, just understand, if you're in real estate, you're dealing with 20,000 competitors on the same block. If you're in financial services, you may have 10,000 competitors on the same block. You need to have such a unique selling proposition, a differentiator that makes you stand out of that crowd. And that is in the way you conduct yourself, in the words you use, in the questions you ask, in the pitch and in the close that you make, so that you allow your prospect the certainty that they're dealing with a professional who can deliver on their word. And that is what we're all paid for. We're paid for delivery. If we're not paid for delivery, we'd all work in government, man. So thank God we don't. We'd be frustrated. So you want to drive your customers to taking action with you. And when you get face-to-face at that meeting, it's imperative that you have that quality conversation after rapport building. Stephen has a wonderful module in rapport and human psychology. Rapport building, credibility, and then the conversation about what do you need? How did you get here? Who's the competition? What is your budget? What is your past experience? What does it look like when we solve this? So you try and cram as much good information as you possibly can so that it can help you build up your close or your closing presentation where you end with an offer and you ask for the business. Most people, most salespeople have the fear of asking. And I know that if you're a parent, you have the best salespeople. You have the best salespeople in your house right now. If you got a teenage kid who's a good salesperson, give me a 9. If you've got a toddler who's a great salesperson, give me a 6. So 9, because those teenagers, they know how to sell you, man. They'll guilt trip you. They'll work you, and you know you're being worked, but they're so freaking good, you fold. You give in. Why? Because they're great and they're unadulterated. They're not contaminated by this worldview that I shouldn't ask, or I've got to play nice and be humble and be quiet and wait my turn. No, man, you can't wait your turn if you want to go to heaven. You know, Steve Jobs says, everyone wants to die, everyone wants to go to heaven, nobody wants to die to get there. Nobody wants to die to get there. So my challenge to you folks is you want to learn from the best salespeople. That includes your children. And then you want to learn from Stephen and I. Why? Because we have a foolproof guarantee that if you do this program, the complete program, for 1 year, and if your sales does not double, we will give you a 100% money back guarantee. How compelling is that? Do you have a money back guarantee on your product or service? Or does it come with strings attached, you know, the legalities thereof? So when you're in front of that customer, get to close. Folks, the third thing I want to leave with you, very, very important. Learn how to ask questions, because if you can lead a conversation around questions, you can pitch and close so many more deals. Your kids, they set you up with questions. You go to court, the prosecution or defense tries to set you up with questions. What you want to do is become a master at the art of asking questions. You really want to dig deep, because the more information you have, the more currency you can bring to the table. So part of your needs analysis is own the power questions, because the power questions lead to power closes, and the power closes leads to the power bank, the money in your account. So having said all of that, I want to leave you with one final thought about sales, and that is the follow-up. You have people you've pitched in the past. You have people you've pitched in the past who said no to you. And what happens to the salesperson? They shrink in fear, or they shrink in failure, because they associate the failure with themselves. It's not you, man. It's just the result. It's a number, right? He said, no, I'm focused on the yeses. But they shrink in failure. They shrink in fear because they don't know how to re-pitch the same prospect. So we want new business, but I also want you to go and get new business from your old customers or people who didn't buy from you. You've pitched, you couldn't close, but are you smiling, dialing, and reaching out to them? Because they already know you. Remember how I started today? People buy from people they know. Now you got to work on them liking you and trusting you and your solution so that you can start servicing them as well. So the people who have not bought from you, they're on your data bank, they're on your data list. Get onto those people today and ask them, simple question. Hey, John, you know, this coronavirus got me thinking, man. When we met 3 months ago, I pitched you an opportunity and you said no. John, was it something I did wrong? Or was it something else that kept you from saying yes? And then you shut up and you let him speak, because he's either going to give you insights that you missed in the needs analysis, or he's going to tell you about your competitors who do other things that you perhaps don't do. So those people are your prospective customers too. Get onto them. There's money on your phone. All you have to do is smile and dial. And right now, they're stuck at home doing very little. There's only so much Netflix, sleeping, and eating you can do, right? So the truth is, there's an opportunity out there in this marketplace. I want to challenge you, I want to implore you, and I want to encourage you that you want to take advantage of this opportunity that I'm going to propose to you right now. So you may or may not know, that we run boot camps, 2-day boot camps, live here in Johannesburg, Pretoria, Centurion, Midrand, the West Rand. We'd run live 2-day boot camps, and those boot camps are really focused on helping you achieve your goals, those financial goals, those sales goals, and also to help you achieve your personal goals, because your money is driven by your sales. You get paid for the sales you make. So if you look at the slide above, here's a list of 20 outcomes. We probably have 60, but these are the hard ones, right? Some of the soft ones are things like self-esteem, self-confidence, public speaking. But here are some hard-based sales bootcamp outcomes. Number one, your why, your vision, mission, getting clear about your business, getting super clear about your words, getting super clear about how you connect and communicate so that you're speaking from a place of power and not a place of uncertainty. Very, very powerful outcomes. We've used this presentation with many of our corporate customers, and they go, yes, we want this. So right now, if you want this, go yes. Give me a yes if you want this. If you want to make 20 new prospects, get 5 more appointments per day, email 20 new prospects, email 20 current prospects. If you want to get these outcomes, go yes, man, go yes. Thank you, Colleen, for your yes. Who else? Who's next? Who wants results? Who wants money? Mr. Magwaza, thank you very much. Brett, thank you very much. Anybody else wants these outcomes? Suzanne, thank you, Suzanne. Mark, Werner, donkey. Thank you, folks. The good news is that we're hosting a live sales bootcamp on average every 6 weeks. In total, we do about 8 per year, and the next one is the 5th and 6th of June. But if those dates don't work for you, you could participate anytime in the next 12 months in any of those 8 upcoming dates. So don't make the date the issue. What I do want to share with you is some of the value that you will get. Some of the value that you will get from, thanks, Johan, I've done bootcamp and we'll do the June. It is imperative. Stephen, he was listening. Well done. Thanks, Johan. We have many graduates who've done bootcamp several times, because every time they get there, they get clearer, they get to understand more, they get to pitch more, they go deeper within themselves, they find certainty, they find confidence, because everything's within you already. We're just facilitating a process to bring out the best of the best. Let me tell you about this offer. You're going to get 20 hours of online sales training, either live or on a recorded webinar. We have both options open to you. 20 hours with Stephen and I. Stephen's focusing on the inner game, focusing on building you, growing you, so that your value and your values align. So for example, if you're, Stephen does a module on aligning your values of great, or owning the traits of great salespeople. Owning the traits of great salespeople is, where am I persistent? Where am I persuasive? Where am I great at public speaking? And then owning that trait. It's a beautiful exercise. In addition, there's also the exercise of aligning one's values to one's goals or one's outcomes. Those outcomes that I'm referring to are, for example, I need money, call it 100 grand a month, because I love taking my kid to horse riding. Horse riding is 12 grand a month if you're renting a horse and you're feeding a horse and paying for the bills and the vet. So for 10 or 12 grand a month, I take my kid horse riding. I need to generate that money. So my love for my family and the love for producing for my child drives me in my sales environment. So Stephen helps link your high value areas with your activities and your results. It's a powerful dynamic exercise. And every time I do it, I go deeper and deeper, and I start understanding and owning that. This 20 hours in itself is worth 8 grand. And we sell it at 8,000 Rand per person, but don't worry, you don't need to pay that. Next, I want to tell you about our 2-day Ultimate Sales Bootcamp. You'll spend 2 days with Stephen and I. They typically are Friday, Saturday, so you don't have to take 2 days out of your business, just one. And if you can't find 1 day to invest in your business, then you need us even more than you think. This 2 days, the Ultimate Sales Bootcamp, is to help you get so good at selling that you become fearless, so you can take more action, so you can get known more. We've had a gentleman, Warren Ho, one of our graduates. He's done bootcamp 3 times, and now he's doing the online bootcamp. Vanessa has done it. And by the way, Warren's income has doubled a couple of times, I think. So has Zeka, so has Vanessa. There's so much power in doing this. Stephen works at Inner Game. I take in the classic sales stuff. You know, what is your elevator pitch? How do you pitch for an appointment over the phone? How do you handle objections? Thanks, Suzanne. She's done bootcamp and used the principles. Thank you. Thank you for using those. They will bless you for the rest of your life. This program, the 2 days, is 8 grand live in the room. It is a freaking giveaway. It is dirt cheap from a price point of view. In this 2 days, we've said to people, if after 2 days you did not get the value, or we did not help you change the way you sell, grow you to a whole new level, and help you create the results you want, we will gladly give you a refund. And I assure you, in 3 years, we've given 0 refunds, because we over-deliver in the room. Because we want you to become our raving fans and refer us to your family, friends, and clients in corporate and other. So come to this boot camp, and I assure you, my friends, that your life will change. Next, we don't believe that you can have a wham bam, thank you ma'am. Training is not an event. Training is a process. And after training, you need coaching. So we've created the ultimate coaching program called Rags to Riches. We meet live. And for people who are not in town, they come in via Zoom or through Zoom webinar like today. And we meet for 2 hours a day, getting them clear, keeping the main thing, then getting clear about their why, their vision, their mission. Why am I here? What am I producing? What am I doing? What am I achieving? What are my goals? Because if you aim at nothing, you're going to hit nothing, man. People just have a financial target, a sales target, but it's not we don't really want the money alone. We want the money, what the money can do for us, right? 2 hours, at the moment it's on a Monday, from 10 till 12. We then work through the inner game, the outer game. I play sales manager, helping you get on the phones, helping you get onto LinkedIn, help you getting onto Facebook, doing live videos because we want to get you known. And that 116 hours, if you've paid a coach, I'm sure some of you have coaches, you pay them either 1,000 Rand or 1,500 Rand or 3 grand an hour. We price this at 1,000 Rand an hour. That's 116,000 Rand worth of coaching for 12 months, 1 year of coaching, 2 hours a week. This Rags to Riches program doesn't stop there. You can continue to do it 4 days, 5 days, 7 days a week without us. There's a YouTube link where you can watch it and do it. There's also typically in your manual, there's typically a DVD with an explanation video that you can watch. In addition, this training is valued at 132,000 Rand, and that is what we're giving away today. Who'd like to get them some of this? If you like what I'm saying, give me a 10, man. Give me a 10. I don't want ones. If you like what I'm saying, if this connects and resonates with you, if you think you could do with some training, some skills, and some support, give me a 10, baby. Give me a 10. Thank you, Verna. Appreciate you. Thank you, Roxanne. Welcome, ma'am. Stefan, thank you, bud. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ronel, loving it, loving it. Yes. So, folks, before I give you prices, let me show you some success results we've had with a customer recently who's followed our methodology. The slide you're looking at now is a business in Namibia called Buffalo Signs. We can give you the name and number to verify these stats. Before we met them in August, September, they were doing 30 to 40% in sales target. The gray intervention is the sales boot camp, the 2-day boot camp that I'm offering you today. And you'll see the sales grow exponentially. It's doubled to 101% or tripled from 31 to 101.
Banesh, we seem to be... Banesh, we losing you, buddy. Can I just have a one in the...
This
Can I
one
just
here.
have a one chat box if... Banesh, are you there, bud?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you just dropped off there for a moment. Sorry, carry on.
Okay.
Sorry, man.
So this slide here is of Uniplate Inland last year. Before boot camp, averaging 80, 90%. Then boom, boot camp. Look at May, 111, 112. These guys are killing it, man. Do you want this for yourself in your business? Or are you hoping that's going to happen by magic, by chance, by happenstance? No, it ain't going to happen like that. You need an intervention and you need the support. This program, valued at 132,000 Rand. Let me recap what you're going to get for it. Number one, 20 hours. When I say 20, I think we lied, Stephen. I think maybe we meant 30 because we're such giving guys. We have so much to offer. With 20 hours online boot camp, that's via webinar. 2 days in the room with Stephen and I, change your life. And by the way, we have a non-compulsory event at boot camp, either a fire walk if you're brave enough on day 1, and on day 2, an ice bath. Would you like to do an ice bath with the YinYang Of Sales, overcome the limitations of the mind, walk on fire, and overcome fear because fear is not real? Folks, this is the time for you to sit up in your chairs, and I hope that I have your attention. I hope I'm commanding your attention. The price that we would sell these at would be all up 30,000 Rand. 30,000 Rand combo price. But here's the good news. We know this out of South Africa, and times are tough for people. They're struggling, man. People are struggling, and we have to make this course so attractive so that they'll make the time and the money available. We've decided if we gave it away at 20 grand, it's a steal. At 20 grand, this program is a steal because imagine you're getting 132,000 Rand worth of value. You're getting to be in the room with Stephen and Vinesh Maharaj, and you're going to get the best of the inner game, the best of the outer game. We're going to show you Sales 101 basics with a non-traditional approach to selling so that you can actually take action and you can become fearless and that you can step up and create the results that your business needs. Folks, the time is now. You cannot wait for tomorrow. Tomorrow's too late, because you and I know that if you don't take the decision now, you're most likely going to hope, and hope is not a strategy. Some people go to pray, and that's wonderful. God says pray, but you've got to do your bit, man. You've got to sow before you can reap. So you got to put in the time, man. You got to put in the time. You got to put in the money. So the good news is that we decided for today only, just for you people, that we're going to discount this offer today to a humble giveaway of just 12,000 Rand per person. 12 grand going once, going twice, sold. Listen, I see that Wayne said he's on. Thank you very much, Wayne, at 12 grand. The good news, Wayne, is that we do a 10 grand offer for you if you do the EFT today. If you do the EFT today, you will just pay 10,000 Rand. For the rest of you who need a payment plan, we have a debit order system. You pay a 2,000 Rand deposit and you pay 1,000 Rand per month. Where will you get coaching and training for 1,000 Rand per month? Werner, how do I get something to my boss? Werner, drop your email address in there and your phone number, and we will get through to you and your boss. Folks, go to the link Stephen sent now. It's on Quicket. Go make your payment. 10 grand gets you in. It is for nothing. Werner, give us a phone number, please, brother. 10 grand gets you in the ring, and then we're going to train you up, grow you, facilitate you. Thanks, man. Facilitate you and get you to a point where you can get active, where you can take more action, we can be fearless like a lion and go and get what is yours. So, my dear people, if you don't take action now, when is the right time? Right now, we've got Werner in. I've got a message from Wayne. He messaged me on my phone. Wayne says that he's in for 10 grand. Thank you very much, Wayne. Werner's in. Can I get a show of hands? Who'd like to get in on this? Can you put your hands up? Come on. Come on, good people. Thank you, Werner. Yes, we got you. Who's next? Who's next? All right, Maureen Woodley, Lisa Logan, Alison Duerge, Neil Spritz, Martin. Listen, I know that you're in fear right now. I know that you're scared of the future. You're scared of, will there be a business? Will there be a world after this? And I promise you there will. The question is, how prepared are you going to be in this new world order? How ready are you going to be, Salima, to actually get in front of more people so you can pitch and close, pitch and bank, pitch and travel the world? I assure you that World War I, we didn't have to go through, thank God. World War II, you and I did not have to go through. Coronavirus is nothing. There's going to be a world after this, and you're either going to dominate and grow yourself in your business, or you will choose to compete and fight for the leftovers and the scraps left behind by other people. Folks, we want to bless you. Tell me what we need to do to get you on this program. Salima, what do we need to get you on the program? Salima's gone quiet on me. Vuyokazi, talk to Uncle Vinny. How do we get you going, brother? The fear factor. Is it the fear factor or is it me? Am I intimidating you? My apologies, man. Listen, you really need to do this. I assure you that the investment is nothing relative to you doubling your sales target. Let's say you produce 100 grand a month, and I said to you, give me 12 grand, and I'm going to take you to 200 in 12 months. But you have to do A, B, and C every day. Hey, man, this is the one scenario where the house doesn't win. This is the one place where the house doesn't win. I want to challenge you that if you want to get on this, thank you, Colleen, for being in. See you at 12 o'clock. Wonderful. Listen, as I was saying, this is the one scenario where the house does not have the advantage. You have the advantage. We've pulled down 3 programs price for next to nothing so that we can help you double your sales, so that we could take you from 0 to hero, from 100 grand to 200, from 100 to 1 million, to 100 million, whatever that number needs to be for you. If you don't invest in yourself, ask yourself, why should my customers invest in me? Why should my customers invest in me? Thank you, Vuyo Kazi. Listen, Vuyo, drop me your name and your number here on the chat. I'd like to get in touch with the people who need some assistance. We've got a financial aid program to help you get on the program. It's our debit order system. We have somebody who does 500 Rand a month for 2 years. We've been willing to go that way so that we can bless more people. Remember, if you don't grow and invest your muscle, your competition is doing it. The person down the road who's putting in the time and the money to grow to become better is going to own this marketplace, because they're going to pitch harder, they're going to pitch more often, and they're going to operate from a high level of certainty because they are so prepared for whatever the outcome in the sales environment is. There's someone half your age, double your network, triple your skills, 4 times your hunger, and 5 times your hustle. And if it's them or you, who's going to get the cheese, I ask you? Who's going to get the deal? So stop losing deals. Get onto this program. I want to encourage you, if you need some financial aid and assistance, put your hand up. Let us talk to you. Ben Lowe, Niels Fritz, Mark, Alison Duercher, Lisa Logan, Maureen. Werner, we've got you already. Yeah, we've got some hands up. You know, I feel like a criminal, man. Put your hands up. Put your hands up. So, folks, thank you very much. So I've got Salima, Boyokazi, am I reaching out to you as well? I'm just making some notes for the follow-ups, man, because the money's in the follow-up. If you don't do follow-ups, you're absolutely going to struggle. Ronel, yes, ma'am, we will definitely get a hold of you as well. Please, Ronel and Salima, please drop your names and numbers and email addresses in the comments for Larice so that we can get, thank you very much, Larice is on top of it, you're a star. Folks, we want to bless you. And right now, you have to make a decision. We're either going to have end-of-month salty cracks for another 9 months, and we're going to go on holiday to Bella Bella in a caravan, or you could take action, make the investment. I would rather eat salty cracks for a month so that I could double my sales. I would go bond my house or swipe my credit card to double my sales. Everybody's looking for that easy, quick fix. I promise you there's none. If there was one, everybody you know would be rich already. There is no quick fix. The fix is selling can be easy, because once you fix this game and that game, and you take so much action like a winner, like a champion, you're guaranteed to win. In this program, we use the technologies of Mind Power by John Keogh and Robin Banks. We use some NLP techniques from Tony Robbins and the masters. Yes, there's a repo rate. Yeah, that's right. They just cut the repo rate. Take that saving, invest that money. If you're a bondholder, the government has given you a break. They've turned down the repo rate by 1%. Take that 1%, put it in this investment, because the best muscle you can invest in is this one. People have shares in companies where they don't know the owners, they don't know the directors. I know the owner. I know the director. I'm going to invest in this owner and this director. So I challenge you, make that investment in you, because if you don't make that investment, somebody else will, and they will close the market, close the opportunity, shut you down. And don't blame the coronavirus if that happens. The coronavirus will not dictate our economy. At the YinYang Of Sales, we dictate our economy. We don't participate in their recession. We don't participate in their limited thinking. We do not participate in their objections. You know why? Because we're free, and we want to free your mind. We want to free your sales and free up your revenue so you can be great and do some really powerful things with your life. I'm going to ask one more time. I've got Salima, I've got Ronel, and I've got, I think, Boyokazi. Is anybody else I need to reach out to? Lisa, Alison, Ronel, oh, my apologies. Lisa, Niels, what can we do to get you on board, man? Now, what I'm doing is I'm demonstrating that I've asked so many times, and I'm going to keep on asking, because you're either going to get fed up and you're going to hang up this call, which is not necessarily bad, or you're going to go, my God, I can tell why I'm failing. I'm not asking enough. Most of us get one no. We put our tail between the legs and we run home and cry, fold up and like a little fetus and cry that life is tough and sales are down. Don't cry, man. Take action. This is an action-based program. We will support you. We will nurture you. We will grow you, because everything that Stephen and I ever owned came directly out of sales. Everything. The cars we drive, the suits we wear, the shoes. By the way, inside joke, Stephen's got a shoe fetish. Don't tell him I said so. So, you know how many pairs of shoes he has? You know how many pairs of shoes the guy has? Yeah, more shoes than his wife, I'm sure. But I don't blame him because he's free. He's free. He can buy any pair of shoes anywhere, anytime, in any country, in any currency. It's paid for by sales.
Yes, I love shoes. I might not have more than my wife, Vinesh, but mine are generally more expensive.
Got you, man. Got you. Listen, it's been great being here with all of you. Pardon?
Steve, I was just saying Stephen needs to reposition his mic.
All right, folks. Listen, I was saying it's been great spending the morning with you. We know that you came here looking for something. You came here looking for a remedy, a solution. You came here to learn something. And I believe that Stephen and I have over-delivered on that for you. But what we really want to do for you is, this is just a spike. This is like getting a hit. This is like doing a couple of lines or smoking a doobie or one of those things, right? But we don't want to give you a hit. We want to give you a hit every day so that you can own a doobie field, or you can own poppy fields, you know, in Afghanistan where they make the opiates, or you can own a farm in KZN and get Durban poison every day. We don't want you to take a hit here today. We want you to get high on sales, because I promise you, sales are the only thing that pays. It's a gift that never stops giving. Right now, we want to make you a final offer. We want to say thank you for joining us. Thank you for gracing us with your time. I'm going to challenge you to go to our Facebook page, like, comment, and share. Whoa, Ronell, we're going to help you through that, man. Don't worry, you're in good hands. Go to our Facebook page, go to our LinkedIn page, Instagram page, go to YouTube, subscribe. We want to give you so much value for free that you think we're crazy. And we are crazy because we are free. So do that, number one. And number two is that Stephen's going to pop in the link now for all of you who stay till the very end, that as gifts from the YinYang of Sales, you can get copies of Stephen and my book. It's going to be on the link that is posting in this chat box. Go and get your copy. Go and make sure that you take those books, read them, learn from them, and share it. Share it with your people, man. Share it with your people. Folks, in closing, the next boot camp, 5-6 June, be there or be square. Be there or be square. We know that the greatest salespeople are committed in the greatest ways. Stephen and I are students of success. We're students of sales. We learn and we teach and we train, but we learn first. So never stop learning, because your earnings are directly linked to your learnings. Ladies and gentlemen, with love from Vinesh Maharaj and Stephen van Basten, we're the YinYang of Sales. Any parting shots from you, Stephen?
No, none at all, other than, we never expect, when you look back at your life and you see opportunities that came up that you took, they were never expected. They were never planned. They popped out of nowhere. So, so today's another one of those moments. Just take the opportunity and do it. The other is, my late father, a wise man, always said, never make a decision based on money, okay, whether you can afford it or not. Make a decision based on what's right, and then find the money. And I'm going to encourage you to find the money. We have the time because we can do this during lockdown, on video, on webinar, but find the money. And if you're struggling, just give us a call, send us a message. We'll help you. Whether we do it over 10 months or 20 months or 30 months doesn't matter. It's not that's important. What's important is getting you in the room so we can help you from there. That's it, Maharaj, and we need to get off the line because we have our webinar-based boot camp coming up at 12 o'clock.
Fantastic, folks. Again, be great. God bless. Get your copy of that book and go and like and subscribe to our pages. Sayonara, groete, sterkte, liefde, tot ziens.